You're in Washington, huh?
Yeah, I've been here for 2 weeks and I go home on the 13th. So,
That's a long trip.
it's about 3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, so I stayed at my sister's in Bremerton, and now I'm over at my folks' house in Soap Lake. We are going to go camping in Leavenworth this weekend. So, do you know about Leavenworth? Do you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So I
beautiful.
know. So we're super excited about that. And then a bunch of my husband's.
Did you ever know that North Bend tried to do what Leavenworth did and they just failed? So now there's like 4 buildings that look like German buildings and the rest are normal.
Oh, I didn't know that. That is so
Fun fact.
fun
Yeah.
fact.
I want to ask you about like your observations about food while you're traveling. And I mean, you already did it once,
Mhm.
but what feels different on the meds while you're away from home, especially in your mom's house where I have all kinds of extra feelings about food?
Yes. Honestly, so being at my sister's, she has like an amazing father-in-law. So her husband's parents live with them. And they got this big huge house on the lake and it's gorgeous um and he doesn't work, so his job, so to speak, is, doing all of the shopping and the cooking. And so when he makes a breakfast, it's like, I don't know. Normally, like, oh yeah, I would have totally hoovered all that stuff in, no problem. Now I'm like, eat half of it. I feel bad because I was like, just don't need to make me so much. But everything he cooks is like totally delicious. So I was like, okay, well, so I feel like I ate a lot more over there than I do at my folks' house, you know? And, so but that's really the only difference, you know? I,
I
um, I also like, confession time. Oh god. So, I did not bring my medication on this trip.
again?
Well, the last one wasn't as long. It was a week, it was fine. But this is longer. And I did all the prep for it. So I like put it in the like the thermal like lunch bag, and I even got my doctor to print me the prescriptions, and I folded that up and put it in there. And I was like, "Oh, in the morning, I'm just going to grab an ice pack out of the freezer, plop it in, it'll be fine." And it was so early in the morning when we left that I just ran out the door and didn't realize it till we were halfway to the airport. And my husband's like, "Well, we don't have time to go back and get it." I'm like, I know. We're just gonna, you know." I thought about having him like overnight it to me, but the hassle of trying to find like a way to keep it cold to overnight it with what the temperatures are now, I was just like, just don't worry about it. The truth of the matter is, I have a backup plan, which is my Adderall that I take from ADHD, also helps curb
Oh,
my appetite.
I'm sure doctor recommended backup plan.
Hey, I take it as prescribed. Okay. So it does help. So I kind of just need to be, so when I'm taking that and I don't have the semaglutide, I just have to be more conscious and cognizant of, what I'm eating and how much I'm eating and that kind of stuff. But before I left, I hit the 25-pound mark, and I think you should share your success with that as well.
Yes. Wonderland. I made it.
I'm
Hey, look, Ma, I made it. And my daughter keeps asking me if she can watch my reel every day because she likes the song.
really.
So we keep looking. Yeah. So my appointment's tomorrow. And I just was looking at my tracker and um, predicted last month, I was like, I'm going to be there by the time I see you next month. So I'm excited to go see Ashley tomorrow and show her that I did it. And she's going to say, "So you done?" And I'm going to be like, "No, I'm not. I'm still overweight, lady. I am finally overweight." Like we just crossed over from obese to overweight. No, we're not done.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. Okay. 199.8. And
Very good.
this month was 4.8 pounds. So the stall is definitely gone. And that my 3-month is 11.4, but one of those months was flat. So
Mm,
that's really 2 months, 11.4 in 2 months. So I'm back at pacing at about 5 pounds a month, which is great. I think
mhm.
that's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, so
Um,
the other thing that I so this is more confession. The other thing that I did at my sister's house that I typically do not do on a regular basis, is, smoke some weed.
mm,
Yeah, so, well, it's legal here and she's like, "You wanna come to the shed?" I was like, "What's in the shed?" She's like, "Oh, we got all kinds of goodies." I was like, "Okay." So, she has this little shed that they've converted into, like, her office. It's got power and
mhm.
stuff, and it's so cute in there. And, uh, and so I definitely did not anticipate the raging hunger that I would get. I was like, "I need to never do this again." Because, like, people talk about, "Ooh, we get the munchies," and I was like, "Okay." The munchies is like, "Oh, I'm gonna have some, chips or some pretzels or like snacky things." But it's for me, it was like, I'm going to have a full enormous meal with a ton of bread, and then I'm gonna go and have, 14 bowls of ice cream. Like, that's where I was. I was like, this is not right. So I know that I'm gonna have to kind of really be way more conscious, like, while I'm over here at my folks' house, which is nice
Yeah.
because, my mom, she's so sweet, she's so supportive, she's just like, I don't it's not like if I was like, "Oh, I'm not hungry," or, "Oh, I only wanna eat half that." She's not the kind of person that's like, "Oh, well, are you sure? Do you wanna eat more? Do you wanna" you know what I mean? She's not like a feeder parent. So,
Oh, she doesn't love you with food? That's so nice.
weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my parents were here all of last week. It was the first time. I mean, they saw me 40 pounds ago.
Oh, yeah,
December was the last time I saw them,
yeah,
so and they both were very complimentary, very, just super positive about it.
mhm,
My mom seems kinda curious, but I just was sort of not feeling like talking about it very much.
yeah.
And the funny question I seem to be getting a lot is, "Don't you just feel so amazing?" And I kinda don't. And then I kind of feel some cognitive dissonance, like, why don't I feel amazing? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is that I have a frozen shoulder,
Mhm,
which is getting better and I'm dealing with it.
mhm,
You know, it's healing,
mhm.
but I can't really, it makes me not want to go work out or do stuff because I can't move my arm.
Well, yeah, that would do it.
Right. And then, like, how, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. What am I supposed to feel like? I, I love trying clothes on and they just fit. I went to Costco and I bought, oh my gosh, this is the best,
Mhm,
Cami.
mhm,
I love this Viore brand.
mhm.
And Costco has this looks like a Viore hoodie,
Yeah.
even down to the strings.
Oh.
It was $14.99 at Costco.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I wouldn't
And
got
the pants are $12.99. Well, I bought the extra large pants and they're gigantic and I have to go back and get the
oh,
larges.
well, you just send those over to me.
Oh yeah, I
I
totally
because
will. They're great.
because I was I also did some shopping at Costco for this trip, and I found, like, um, these denim skirt, but it has the built-in shorts. So I was like,
Oh
"Oh, this is
yeah.
perfect." I bought those. I bought, like, the lunch bag shorts that they had. All in an extra large, all fit, all just fit perfect. I was like, "Oh, this is nice." So, got a
It
couple
is
other
nice.
pairs of shorts and, just, like, some loungewear, like, that kinda stuff, so
Did you see what I was doing yesterday on Instagram?
no, I didn't. No, yesterday was
Okay,
it's been a mess over here.
I'm gonna show you. Can you see
Ooh,
that?
what?
I did a time lapse. This is Jenny. She does all my lasers. And we've been friends for a really long time.
Yeah.
So I finally got her to take all the red spots off my legs. And there's like a thousand. There's so many. I'll show you what my legs look like today in a minute. It's really
Oh, hell
crazy.
yeah.
So and then I was driving home and I was like, wait, I just made a video of my legs to put on Instagram. Like, this is not something I would have done before.
No, no, I would have never, like, even worn shorts before. I would have just been like, "There's just no way."
Yeah.
And now mostly now I don't care, but I feel like, okay, I can not care and feel comfortable about it.
I haven't worn shorts in decades. I mean, it's probably the 90s the last time I actually wore shorts.
Mhm,
Maybe the early 2000s, but
mhm,
I just don't.
mm,
I didn't even have any.
mm-mm. No, I didn't wear shirts for I mean, like, the shortest I would go would be, like, capri jeans.
Yeah, I was actually my girlfriends in Houston in the mid 2000s would make fun of me for wearing the like cargo capris. And that's all I wore. I had them in a million colors and that
Mhm.
was my like uniform
Yep.
cuz and it's all relative, but you know what else I've noticed? And tell me if you start seeing this too, is that an extra large now is a lot bigger than an extra large was 15 years
Oh,
ago.
absolutely. Mhm. Yep.
Because there's no way at 200 pounds that and I remember when I
Mhm,
couldn't fit into this stuff anymore, and
mhm, mm.
it's really changed a lot.
Yeah, oh, totally. And I used to work retail, I used to work in clothing stores, and so yeah, uh, even from 10 years ago, it's just totally different.
So you've been off now what? Because you've been up there for 3
Well,
weeks.
I've
What are you, 2
been
weeks off?
so I took let's see, what's today? The 5th? Um, I'm like 2 weeks out from my last dose. So, um, so I'm like, "Okay." So when I go back, I probably will, like, kind of ramp myself up again, so I probably won't take as much as I
Yeah.
am taking because if I take that dose right off of not being on it for so while, I mean, it's gonna make me not well. So I've already
Yeah.
kind of thinking about it. I was like, "Okay, well, I was at 30, so probably should just do, like, 15 for the first week when I get back, and then the next week, just, for the next couple weeks, just get back up to normal." Um, so I'm kind of just really focusing on, uh, just eating lean meats, you know, I'm trying to cut my carbs back while I'm here. This is easier when I'm at my folks' house because, everybody's just so like low key. And if I'm like, I don't really, if I want to skip lunch, it's like, I'm like, okay, you know, but other than that, we've been having a great time. My daughter has a little girlfriend here that's the neighbor's daughter, and they got to hang out and she got to spend the night. And so I'm I'm still kind of tired because I just was so keyed up from having like doing so much stuff. I had a hard time sleeping last night, so I had to take extra sleeping medication. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm glad we're kind of just chilling today. Well, actually, we're gonna go to the pool this afternoon. So my husband's cousin has a pool at her house, and the weather's actually decent today. So we're gonna go to the pool, and then I'm gonna go to a barbecue at my girlfriend's house, and yeah. But traveling while trying to stay uh, on a good eating routine is really not easy, because you go to the airport and what do they have in the Hudson News? They've got like every kind of I know, like
Well, and you could pick something that you think is gonna be completely fine, and and then you would not be able to predict what it's gonna do to your stomach.
Mhm,
So, on my birthday, we went to my favorite restaurant. This is a month ago now, but we went to my favorite restaurant, and I ordered all the favorite things that I always order,
mhm.
and within 15 minutes of finishing lunch, before we even left, I was like, "Uh-oh,
You're like, "I made a
I'll
huge
be right
mistake."
back." It was with my next door neighbor. I'm sure she was like, "You couldn't wait till you got home?"
Nope. Mm-mm.
Nope. Nope, no waiting.
Oh, that's so
And
funny.
I was reminding myself this morning, I take the, Calm gummies to keep everything, from getting behind
Mhm.
in the
Yep.
behind.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't been taking them, and I've really suffered, and I need
Oh, yeah.
to get it back in my regular. I mean,
Regularly scheduled program.
yeah, you really got to stay on top of that stuff.
You do.
And
Because
there's
yeah.
Tirzepatide. I remember there was this article in Wired. We can talk about whatever articles. I think I already brought this one up because it had such a huge psychological impact on me. The guy just described being on Tirzepatide like floating through the world, impervious to its, tasty charms.
Mhm.
And that's how I feel. Like there's entire days that go by where I'm just like, did I eat? I don't really need to. I'll do it tomorrow.
Well, that's not great, but, like
I don't think it's great. And I'm smart enough, I think, to go eat something, but usually it's like half a yogurt at 8 o'clock at night. And then I'm like, I don't want anything else.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I
my
get that.
parents were sort of looking at me like, this is very weird.
They were like, "Who are you? Body snatchers, what's happening?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really odd.
Yeah, my dad did, hamburgers and hot dogs on the barbecue, and I was like and of course, the first thing he asked me was, "How many do you want?"
Not what do you want on your hot dog, but how many? Like, and of course, I would have a hot dog and a hamburger in the old days,
Oh,
or I
yeah.
would have two brats, and maybe I'd have one without a bun to save some calories. But yeah, I mean, you just have one of everything.
Uh-huh.
Those aren't our
Yeah, I was like,
choices anymore.
Just 1 cheeseburger is good for me, Dad." He's like, "Okay." Just
I
1.
love your dad so much.
I know. Oh, God. But he just wanted to make sure he was making enough for whoever wanted whatever, and I was like, "Yeah, just 1. I'm good." And then but I literally just had just the cheeseburger because there was like, he had chips and had all, whatever other stuff. And it wasn't like it was really just like the 3 of us and Cordelia, so it wasn't like a big like a bunch of people or anything, but yeah, I was like, "Oh, I was really satisfied with just that one char grilled beefy deliciousness." I was like, "Okay." So, but
Yeah, it's good.
everything else has been really great. I don't know what I don't know. I just
Well, you told me about your Costco shopping excursion. Do you have any other non-scale victories that you want to share?
um, you know, um, not I mean, not really, just because I've been so like just the last few weeks have been so focused on, getting packed, getting what do you take? And I told my mom, I was like, I'm packing very light. But I did what I did this time, which I thought was really cool. So I don't know if this is going to be a non-scale victory, but it's not really food related. But I got vacuum bags.
Oh,
And so what I did was I put all the clothing in the vacuum bags, and it has a pump that pumps the air out, like it's just a hand pump, and smashed everything down really flat, put them all in there. It was great. So I was able
oh,
to
you're
get
gonna have to send me whatever kind you use because
yeah. I was
the
like,
ones I have require the vacuum, and so it just never quite gets done.
no, this one I got it on Amazon. I'll send you the link. It
Okay.
comes with it's just like the pump screws on to the bag, and then you just boop 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 goes all the way down. And yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
But I've been crocheting a lot too. Wow, I just switched gears really fast. Whoa.
Oh, crocheting is fun.
Yeah.
I have 4 minutes till I have a meeting.
Okay.
I want to tell you my non-scale victory, and I want to show you my legs. I'm gonna turn my camera off because I have to take my pants down. Yeah, okay, but it's gonna wait for it. It's gonna be worth it because it's
Okay.
crazy looking. Mine was that all my necklaces I used to have to get an extender and add the extender in the back,
Mhm.
and I don't. I took the extender off, so it's like having all brand new jewelry because everything is small. It's all like the right size now. Isn't that
Oh, that's
wild?
really cool.
Yeah, so my jewelry, my rings, obviously they go on and off really easily.
Mhm.
My shoes, I put on a pair of sandals that have a buckle on the top,
Mhm.
and I had to make them 2 notches smaller from last summer, so my feet got thinner.
Yeah,
And
that does
of course,
happen for
about
sure.
the hat thing.
My mom
Just
was like
nobody believes me.
she's like, "Cammy, I listened to the episode about the hat." I was like, I know, isn't that hysterical? It was so funny. Oh
It's
god.
true.
But yeah, well,
Okay,
I bought this this sterling silver ring, and I was like, okay, it's still a little bit tight, but it's definitely a size smaller on this hand than I would have typically been able to buy. So like having because I like wear lots of rings is kind of like my jewelry stuff, but being able to wear this the next size down so was really cool.
that is cool. Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera off because I'm gonna show you my legs. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't look
Okay.
nearly as bad on the camera as it does in real life, but yeah, they're like hundreds and hundreds of red spots, and you can see how dark they are now that she hit them with the laser.
Oh, so when that heals up, that'll just like how many treatments are you gonna have to have?
Just one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
Does that work on so I have a problem. I mean, probably have more than one problem,
among other,
but
well,
this
yeah,
other problem. So I had to have a C-section when Cordelia was born, and the scar till this day, 6.5 years later, still bothers me. Is there any kind of laser treatment they can do on scars to make them like soften up and not be painful?
definitely
Okay.
microneedling usually.
Because that's what I need.
Yeah, we can look around for somebody that is near you that's good. And the person I go to is like a Saiton national trainer. Plastic surgeons go to her for training. Like
Oh, wow.
she's the best in the business.
Mhm.
And she happens to be one of my very good friends. That's who was on the Instagram post, Jenny.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. And so she used 3 different lasers. She used the Saiton Clear V 1064. I'm going to get the wavelengths wrong. She used like 3
Mhm.
different wavelengths because she was trying to get all the red, all the brown, and a couple of other weird spots. And she just is like, you know how when you get a good cleaning lady and they can't not clean everything? She
Uh-huh.
has to get every single spot and she has to get it the right way with the right thing so that it's gone. So within a couple of
Nice.
weeks, there shouldn't be anything left. Like I should have like baby legs.
Oh, nice. That's exciting.
It is.
Yeah, yeah, the scar still bothers me. Like if depending on what I'm doing, like if I have to reach up to the top cabinet in my kitchen and I have to lean on the counter, the edge of the counter is right where that scar is. So I can't lean forward. I have to turn to the side and grab whatever.
Oh,
Yeah. um and certain like exercises I can't do
well,
because
that's really annoying. I mean,
yeah, because if I have to do like, the one where you like you're laying on the machine and you're just going like up like this, like if you're
mhm,
laying, down.
yeah. Does it hurt?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So, um, yeah, so that's just been something I've been like, well, one day when I
Let's find somebody.
have some, yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I got to
totally.
go to a really fun meeting about Google Ads
Okay. Well, go do that. I'll text you my crochet projects. You're gonna die.
and the vacuum bags.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a
Say
good
hi to
day.
your mom for me.
I will.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Follow us on Instagram at Less of You Podcast. Are you confronting the same challenges and have a story to tell? I'd love to hear your story on our Skinny Shot Stories podcast. Contact me for more details at skinnyshotstories.com. If you're a doctor and would like to learn more about sponsoring this or any of our cosmetic surgery and weight loss podcasts, go to lessofyou.com. Less of You is a production of The Axis, TAGAXIS.io.